there, it's Mackenzie from the website Naturalish Nails, and today I'm going to walk you through my manicure routine. I already have a post on my website detailing the products that I use in my manicure routine, so today I'm just going to be going through the steps that I follow. If you're more interested in learning about the specific products that I use and why I like or dislike them, I'll link that post down in the description and you can check that out. Alrighty, so the first step that I do anytime I'm doing my nails is I always make sure that I'm starting with a clean slate. For me, that means I use an acetone nail polish remover to remove whatever's left over from my previous manicure. If you don't want to use an acetone nail polish remover, there are plenty of acetone-free nail polish removers that you can check out, but personally, I've never had an issue with it damaging my nails or drying them out too much. Cuticle care is the start of healthy nails, so I always make sure to do a really thorough job when I'm doing cuticle care and prep before a manicure. I want to make sure that I don't damage my natural cuticles, but that I have a clean base for my nail polish to apply to. If you're more interested in cuticle care, I have a whole blog post on that I can also link in the description. So the first thing that I do whenever I'm doing cuticle care is I use cuticle dissolver. This sounds really intense because it is essentially dissolving your skin, but it shouldn't hurt, and if it does hurt, you're likely misusing it. Cuticle dissolver needs to sit on your skin for about 15 seconds before you can begin to push back your cuticles. So whenever I'm using cuticle dissolver, I usually do 2 nails at a time. So the very first thing that I'll do, and I like to use a Sally Hansen cuticle dissolver because it's cheap and works great, is I'll apply it to my thumb and then I'll use a metal cuticle pusher to push back my cuticles. I'll use the other rounded end of the cuticle pusher to remove any skin that may be stuck to my nails. And then if there's any excess skin that didn't come off with the cuticle remover, I'll very gently use cuticle nippers to get rid of anything that I don't want. I'm always extra cautious when I use cuticle nippers because they can really damage your cuticles if you misuse them. You want to make sure that you don't take off too much skin and you don't nick yourself, because that can lead to infections and all sorts of nasty nail issues. Once I've done all of that to my thumb, I'll take a towel and I'll wipe off any of the excess cuticle or excess cuticle remover that's still on my skin, and then I'll apply the cuticle remover to my pointer and middle finger and repeat those steps. Once that's done, I'll apply it to my ring finger and pinky, repeat all the steps, and then I'm done with that hand. Before I move on to my next hand, I'll use some acetone on a cotton round to get off any of the excess cuticle remover that may still be on my skin, because it is dissolving your skin while it sits on your skin, so you want to make sure that none of it is there for longer than it needs to be. After I'm done doing cuticle care and I'm satisfied with how my cuticles are looking, I move on to shaping my nails. This is easily the part of my nail care routine that I'm the worst at. I feel like shaping your nails just takes so much practice and is a really long, slow process because you have to do it over multiple manicures to get the results that you want. So I'm not going to spend too much time going into detail on how I do that. I just use a drugstore emery board nail file to shape my nails. One thing that's really important to note is that you do only want to go in one direction when you're filing your nails. You don't want to go back and forth because that can damage your nail. Personally, I also prefer a rounded shape to my nails because my nails tend to grow out in a little bit more of a square shape, and I find that when I leave my nails square, the edges will catch on things and cause my nails to break, but however you shape your nails is completely up to personal preference. Once I'm happy with the shape of my nails, which can take longer than I'd like, I move on to buffing my nails. I just use kind of a generic buffer that I got on Amazon. I actually have like a pack of 50 that I think I got for maybe a couple bucks, and I make sure that I use the lightest grit on my buffing block so that I don't damage my nails. When you buff your nail, the goal is just to rough up the surface of your nail so that your nail polish has something to stick to. You're not trying to remove the top layer of your nail, so I'm always sure to be very gentle during this process. After I'm done buffing my nails, I'll use a dehydrator to dry out my nails, so that way there's nothing between the polish and my nail, and I can get a really good adherence between the base coat that I'm going to use and my nail. You can also use acetone for this step. I currently have a dehydrant that I got at Sally Beauty forever ago. Once it runs out, I'll probably switch to using acetone because I've never really noticed a difference when I've tried switching it up in the past, but whatever you do is up to you. Once my nails are buffed and dehydrated, I get to move on to the fun part, which is painting my nails. I always use a long-lasting base coat on my nails, but there are so many different types of base coats out there, and I'm currently working on a blog post about that, so if you're interested, keep an eye out for that. But whatever base coat you use is up to you. I just really recommend using a base coat for the longevity of your manicure and the health of your nails. After I apply the base coat, I go ahead and do 2 to 3 coats of whatever nail color I'm doing, and then I apply a top coat. Just like a base coat, you can use whatever top coat you want. There are so many different types out there, but it's really important that you use a top coat for the longevity and durability of your manicure. After my top coat dries a little bit, I also like to apply a cuticle oil to my nails to kind of help my cuticles recover from all of the things that I put them through before I started painting my nails. Cuticle oil is super essential to the health of your cuticles and your nails. And I don't know why, but I've noticed that when I use cuticle oil, I don't smudge my nails as often. I'm not really sure what the correlation there is, but it's something I found works really well for me, so I also recommend you try it for that reason. And once I've done that, I'm more or less done with my manicure routine. All in all, even though I do spend a lot of time on cuticle prep, I feel like my manicure routine is pretty straightforward, and I feel like I've gotten it down to a science at this point. If you're more interested about any of the topics that I covered in this video, check out my blog to see if I have a more detailed post over there on it. And if I don't have a post on it, feel free to leave a comment or message me about that because I'm always looking for new topics to write about on my blog. Thanks for watching!